Cooney, loser, bold guy. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, 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 Cooney. Cooney, Cooney, upstays alive.
Welcome back to Raccoon Tweeties. Thanks for tuning in. New camera view for the
You forgot to say couch edition, dude.
couch edition. Yeah. We did a live. Yeah. We've been doing a lot of Kawhi Leonard impersonations off camera because I don't know why. You just came in here with some Kawhi energy.
Because I'm a fun guy.
But yeah. What it do, baby? Yeah, he's just a fun guy to do impersonations of. Is he on the Clippers now?
He's on the Clippers.
See, I know some NBA stuff.
Yeah, that's
the extent of my NBA knowledge.
you know more about Kawhi than the NBA.
Yeah, I'm a Kawhi guy. So join the Patreon. We are reviewing stand-up comedy specials. So far, we've done Shane Gillis and Brian Callen and Andrew Schultz.
I like how you named that one last.
Yeah, he belongs last. We should start saying when we say what specials we did,
Yeah.
that one should go last as it is ranked, I think. I don't even remember how we ranked him, actually.
Yeah, so the worst so far is Andrew Schultz.
Yeah.
And Brian Callen is a close second. Gringo Papi is in the lead
For best.
for best.
Surprising, right?
Well, Shane Gillis is the best special so far, but Gringo Papi is in the lead for the worst. The best of the worst.
The best of the worst.
But that's not what
They're not by Shane's good, so you're not even putting him in that category.
No, yeah, I remember we're going to do two lists.
Okay, so good and bad.
But tell them which one we're watching this week, dude.
This week, I think the results are in. We're going to watch Ari Shaffir's new special. Is it his new special?
I think his most recent.
His most recent one, which is called Jew.
Yeah, it's called Jew, even though Brendan Cooney says it a lot outside of the podcast.
Not true.
Yeah, with a lot of expletives. What were you saying?
Only when I'm talking about all of my great friends that are Jewish. I don't know why I would say Jew. No, but anyways, do you have a show to plug?
Well, August 3rd, I'm going to be at the Ice House in Pasadena.
Hell yeah. So on today's episode, people are saying they're aliens now because I guess a guy, did he testify in front of Congress? You watched the whole video, right?
Yes. Yeah, he was in front of Congress and they asked him, what do you like to do outside of being a ufologist? And he was like, I'm a fun guy.
They said, what are we doing here? And he was like, I actually can tell you who else is doing something here. Aliens. Yeah. Aliens are here with us. I didn't watch it, so I don't know.
I want to highlight two things quickly, or one thing, and then the other thing we can highlight during the video.
Yeah.
But you kind of said something to this effect. David Grush looks like an untrustworthy individual. You
Grush?
said? Yeah, his name is Grush.
Why do they have names like that too? Not just name too. David Grush. Does that sound like a trustworthy name? I don't think so.
But there's this mannerism he does that is bothersome to me.
Oh, I can't wait.
When he says something, he says it very articulate and enunciates every word, right? And then he goes like this. He starts shaking his head violently backwards. Like,
right.
Yes. Like,
right. Okay. I mean, I don't even know why it's a big deal. We already had the Mexican family already saw aliens in Las Vegas, right? So they're why didn't they get to testify?
Why is it white people that get to do it officially?
Yeah, why is it just some random white guy with weird facial expressions?
Yeah, dude. Well, what happened to Alejandro, dude?
Did we ever see the tape there? Did they ever provide, didn't they have evidence or something? And they said they couldn't?
You have to be a friend of his.
Yeah.
You have to be his close friend.
Fair enough. All right, well, I'm interested. I'm intrigued. I mean, people are saying they're aliens now, so I'll hear them out.
So Congress holds a hearing on UFOs after whistleblowers claim government kept information.
Are you going into this? You already think they're aliens, right?
Well, what's funny is like there's always the apprentice to the master, and I feel like Brendan Schaub's an apprentice to the U.S. government because they like to lie to us a lot. They like to think that we don't know what's going on. You know what I mean? They're all on Adderall. And then Brendan Schaub is like smarter than all of us, looking at that and being like, "I'm gonna do that."
Wait, you don't mean you mean like he's like the government?
Yeah. He studied the government.
He studied the government. Oh, I see. So he learned from them, and that's how he's lying, and he's like above us, sort of controlling things. Yeah, he's in on it. He's in on the bit.
Yeah, dude, and even that, this is so upsetting to me. I'll try to. I told you I'm gonna keep my cool for this episode, but like they're talking about the government, like they're not the government. They're like, yeah, it's like them wearing a sideways hat and being like, "What's happening in the hood today, guys?" You know.
Interesting. Very interesting. What do you think if Schaub testified in front of Congress? What do you think he would testify about?
I don't know, but it would include 300 pages of something.
Yeah, I think it would be about shadow banning.
Yeah.
I think if we ever have like a tech, if they ever really actually clamp down or whatever the phrase is for, if they ever take these big tech companies to task, they got to get the heavy hitters in there. And one of those people is Brendan Schaub. He can talk about how they have so much control. They're shadow banning. They're making it so that the fighter and the kid is getting less views,
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see it. But
And,
aliens are important too.
Just to see him under oath going, "What? It doesn't make sense." You know?
Yeah, he like stop. He keeps interrupting the congressman. Sir, your time is over. Wait. But wait, 1 second. That people are like, fuck that.
That would be cool if somebody photoshopped him, like Mark Zuckerberg at the congressional hearing, drinking water or something.
Yeah, they should have let Rogan and Schaub in on the. They like they're balls deep in aliens. Why didn't they get to say something here?
Yeah, there's Jeremy Corbell is behind the witnesses. You don't know who that is, huh? He's like
no.
He was on the Joe Rogan Experience with Bob Lazar. George Knapp is there. He's the one that broke.
Oh wow. Okay,
Bob
so some of
Lazar's
these
thing.
people are on it. These
Actual
characters.
UFOlogists, yeah.
Ufologist.
Oh,
That's another problem. It doesn't sound real. Ufologist.
It's even like hard to say. It's like UFOlogist or ufologist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it sounds fake.
And then they're also changing into UAPs. And
Oh, I don't like that.
I made a tweet about it the other day where it's like all these little changes make me feel like they're just talking about dick and like making fun of us. You know what I mean?
How so? What dick?
Like unreal animalistic penis. You know what I mean?
That sounds like a you thing, but UAP, that's like unidentified aviation. No, what is it?
Unidentified anomalous phenomenon. So if you don't know,
Wow.
dude, don't make fun of me, bro.
Yeah, dude, you came back with the knowledge. You're different. Knowledge of UFOs is
This motherfucker said aviation. You're trash, bro.
trash. Yeah, all right. Well, let's get into it. Let's watch this.
So it's a 2.5 hour long video. So
We won't be doing that.
today's
but-
episode's going to be very long.
Yeah, it's gonna be a 5-hour long episode.
Now let's start off with the top. Let's see what he's got to say.
Strap the fucking.
All right.
The subcommittee hearing on unidentified.
Also, Mr. Grothman,
Yeah.
I hate to tell you, bro, but he's just like lead. I don't know. He doesn't get to talk. All he does is like delegate time to other people to talk. It's like I want to hear what Mr. Grothman has to say, dude.
Oh, he doesn't say anything.
He says one round of 5 questions or 5 minutes.
Okay, I gotcha.
Anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, will come to order. Welcome, everyone. Without objection, the chair may declare a recess at any time. Additionally, without objection, the following members are waived onto the subcommittee for the purpose of participating in today's hearing. Mr. Burchett of Tennessee, Ms. Luna of Florida, Mr. Getz of Florida, Mr. Burleson of Missouri, Mrs. Ocasio-Cortez of New York,
Uh-oh. AOC.
Yeah, AOC.
She's going to get to the truth.
AOC more like Blockbuster. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Do you like AOC?
She seems okay. I don't have like real strong opinions on her.
I don't either, but she can fucking eat my ass. I'm just kidding.
Why?
No, I'm just
Oh, you're
joking.
joking.
Yeah, you said strong
Is she
opinions.
going to be like real? Is she going to ask questions about aliens in this?
Yes. But she's also like, I'm telling you, dude, like the whole thing about like, you know, the government doesn't want us to know. It's like, you are in the government. What do you mean?
Yeah, you should know. Don't they have access to top secret stuff as congressmen?
Yeah.
Or at least some of that?
That's the other part of this too, is that they have access to these things that they're bringing up, but they don't have the time to go look it out, look for it or something. You have to know where to look, apparently. So yeah, that's probably why they have the congressional hearing, that there's like these things that are not under oversight of like confidentiality. When it's like, no, but it's like, what? That makes sense. I'm a member of Congress. I should have access to everything, you know?
AOC meets the aliens and she like asks them if they're intersectional. She's like, "Are you guys intersectional?" I wonder what she would ask aliens, or she starts talking about being a bartender with them.
Well, I'll tell you what, she'd blow it for sure, you know?
Well, she did lose Amazon for New York, so I wouldn't let her, you know.
Yeah.
We don't need her doing that.
If anybody meets the aliens, I want it to be Pete Buttigieg. All right?
Because he's the Department of, what is it, Transportation, or he's the Secretary of Transportation?
No, because he's more open-minded. You know what I mean?
Okay.
to
He kind of looks like an alien and sounds like an alien.
Yeah, his name too.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, this guy is a cuck,
What are we doing here?
Yeah, dude. I like this guy though. He's fucking this guy behind him here to the
he
left.
looks like he believes in aliens.
He
for
is
sure.
sexy as shit. Oh yeah, he believes in aliens for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice, I called it.
I mean, no, he's sexy too.
Oh, okay, because
Look at that jawline, dude.
it just looks like for sure he's like, oh yeah, aliens are real.
Yeah.
He looks like the kind of guy that listens to the Joe Rogan Experience.
Yeah, his eyes are kind of off symmetry a little bit. You know what I mean?
It's a very blue suit for Mr. Moskowitz. I don't know. I see. Well, my thing with the aliens is that
It's like that meme where it's like, are you liberal or conservative? And he's like, yes.
he looks like both. Because it's blue. It's a blue suit. That's Democrat, but it's like his haircut's a little conservative.
Yeah.
Like a state trooper that pulls you over, but then is friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, man. So yeah, he's gonna talk now?
I think this is the beginning of the actual witness hearing or witness testimony.
Do you know why they're doing this? Like why they're having this hearing?
They're basically saying that Homeland Security is at risk, which is always a dicey subject, right?
Because of things flying in the air that we're not sure about?
There's no system for pilots that see UAPs to report to. It just always like goes like there's a stigma against it. So if you say you saw an alien, they're like, okay, you're fired, dude, kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
And so they want to have some sort of system where they're able to report UAPs, and also for commercial airlines, they don't have any like way, shape, or any way of doing reports of UAPs.
Okay.
And apparently the aliens love our Navy, like they're all over Navy bases.
I love the idea of somebody working in the airlines, like one of these air traffic controllers. They see an unified or a UAP,
Yeah.
and they gotta like go and like click a box that says like a UAP. Like that's what their job.
Yeah.
There's no way to write. They have to put in a little box. Oh yeah, I clicked that box. Or the boss comes. He brings like a air traffic controller into his office, and he's like, hey, I just want to meet with you because I was looking through your report, and you remember there was that alien that we all saw flying in the sky, or that UAP or whatever it is, but I see here you didn't check the box. So that's really important.
Yeah.
We need to know if there's like aliens flying around. Okay, oh boss, I'm so sorry. I won't let it happen again. Oh no, it's okay. Just remember, next time we see an alien, remember to click the box.
Isn't it weird how like we all want aliens to be real? We all want the government to tell us that aliens are real. But isn't it kind of fun to find a blurry video here and there and be like, fuck this shit. This is fucking stupid,
Well, it definitely is fun to hate on it.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people believe in it. They'll believe. It seems like the people that believe, like a Devin Costa, he'll believe
Why do you
in
say
aliens.
Devin Costa?
Because he believes every conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was about to say. Like people like him believe in every single conspiracy. There's no conspiracy that they don't believe in. Right? Almost.
I don't think Devin Costa is a good example. I think use me as the example because that's who I am.
You really?
Yes. Fuck it, dude. Like,
Do you believed in Pizzagate?
Pizzagate, they're touching all the kids. Yeah.
I don't think you're being serious.
No, but I am being serious. Not like I'm not.
So did you or did you not believe in Pizzagate?
No, I
So
believe
then
in the sound of
you're way
freedom.
less.
No, but everything's
less than
possible, dude.
No, of course anything is possible.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying
Kevin
is there are
Garnett told
peop-
us that. What happened to your NBA knowledge, dude?
I'm saying that there are people, and this is not a dig. It just is that believe in every single conspiracy. The people that believe in this conspiracy often believe in all the other ones.
Yeah.
So I don't know what my point there was, but
I believe that something's fishy about it, dude. Look at all those emails. They're
Pizzagate?
talking about glizzies and fucking pepperoni on cheese and stuff like that. What does all that mean, dude?
I don't know. Is it the name of the pizzas that they order?
Listen, dude, I was a huge fan of Jared Fogle, and he turned out to be a real sicko. Okay?
You need to clarify that that's a Norm Macdonald bit that you're doing, right?
No, it's me. No, that's not a Norm Macdonald bit. That's,
I thought you were doing that.
I was doing that
trying to be like Norm.
Yeah, trying to be like Norm.
Yeah.
But
He's a real sicko.
he never said that.
I didn't know. I was like, I just want to make sure people watching know that you're.
I'm sure he thought it because you heard about what that guy did, right?
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, he is the real Pizzagate.
Yeah.
Like that's the real version of what Pizzagate
There's a
is.
sandwich gate, dude.
And it may have started off as a conspiracy. People being like, I've heard some weird stuff about Jared.
dude.
Don't all those things start off with just rumors, right?
Out of everyone that wants it to go under the rug, Subway's at the top of the list, dude. They're like, no, not Jared, not ours. You know.
You know what's crazy about Subway? I saw online that they're such a shit company, really. They
Cool, dude.
yeah, they are willing to give somebody a year's worth of Subway. And this may be fake. Maybe this is fake. But if it's real, they're a shit company. They're willing to give somebody a year's worth of Subway if they legally change their name to Subway. That was a news article I saw.
Oh my god.
Is that real? Sound off in the comments. But that's such an immature and stupid thing for a company to do.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Also, a judge is never going to let you do that. Mm-hmm. With Fonto, you know Fonto?
Yeah.
He told me that he tried to change. Well, when he wanted to change his name, he went to the judge, and the judge was like, "I'm not going to change your name because I think you're just doing it to scam people." And he started yelling at the judge, and he got held in contempt of court and arrested.
Oh my god.
Yeah, such a funny guy.
That's
I want him
ridiculous.
to meet the aliens. Then they can know, if they take a wrong step, Fonto will take him out.
That's a crowd work video I want to see, dude. Is
Yeah,
Fonto
Fonto
yelling at the aliens, dude?
Fonto performs, comedian beats up alien. Yeah. Uber driver attacks alien.
All right. So we're gonna try to get into the witness testimony. This is 22 minutes in. Let's just see what happens.
The time has come.
Of course, he's talking about cum, dude. Look at that guy.
Yeah. Boner alert.
Here I
Time
can.
has come.
Thank you, Mr. Moskowitz, and I would yield back now to our chairman. Thank you.
Fucking bitch ass Moskowitz over
Right,
here
now
talking.
I'd like to introduce our witnesses. Our first witness is Lieutenant Ryan Graves. He's the Executive Director of Americans for Safe Aerospace. Lieutenant.
Okay, so
Thank him.
executive director for Americans for Safe Aerospace, not against. That'd be kind of weird, right?
Yeah, that'd be weird if it was somebody they didn't want it. Safe airspace.
He's like anarchy. That's his whole. And then he stops his time.
Graves is also a former U.S. Navy F-18 pilot with his own UAP experience. The next witness, David Grush, is a former senior intelligence officer with the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency.
Okay, first of all, if you're David Grush in the situation, right?
Right.
What color tie are you gonna wear? I'll give you a little indication of where I'm thinking.
What?
Black, dude.
I'd wear one of those alien ties, like a tie with a bunch of aliens on it, so that they know what's coming.
That's a bad attribute holder, dude, because then everyone's just like looking at that tie being like, is this guy fucking with us? You know what I mean?
It's funny. I think that the solid tie is this guy fucking.
Think about Alejandro in Nevada, dude. He's going to see this guy with an alien tie being like, are you serious? I saw a fucking 10-foot alien, dude.
He's making light of my story.
Yeah.
I think style-wise, solid color ties are popular. Probably, I mean, you can see here a lot of them are, or just a very, very simple pattern. But my dad would always wear these like ridiculous ties,
Santa Claus.
like I don't know if Santa Claus, but his ties would always have things on them, like different animations of things. But for me, I think solid tie color is probably the best move. Red and blue are probably what people wear a lot in Congress, I'd imagine.
Whenever I think of ties, I think of Santa Claus because my dad had one Santa Claus tie and everything else was solid colors. I'm
Smart
like,
man.
This guy likes to party, you know?
Look at the tattooed guy behind him.
That's Jeremy Corbell.
Okay, he believes.
So he's a super ufologist, dude.
I bet.
And then one over, I don't know who that guy in the middle is. The one to the left, this is the second thing I wanted to point out about this whole video.
Right.
Is George Knapp. Now, George Knapp is the one with the red tie behind David Grush, right?
Okay.
Watch how uncomfortable George Knapp is. He is in between two large gentlemen, dude.
Do you think I'll watch for that, but they all have watches on. We don't have watches.
Yeah.
Does everyone in DC have a watch, you think?
Well, it's because it's time for us to learn about the aliens. That's why, dude.
Do the other two people believe in aliens?
Yeah, all three of these witnesses believe it. There's no. That's pretty funny though. They should have had one guy up there
Yeah,
being
one
like,
guy's like, I didn't see anything.
yeah,
These two guys are redacted. Big D.
just like an 80-year-old white man that's never had a UAP experience.
I don't. You don't need to be 80 to do that. I'm way younger than that. I've never had a UAP experience.
No, but the age is like, look, I've been around for 80 years, dude.
Oh,
like,
so it's long. You're saying it's
Yeah.
longer. It's like, well, I think I would have seen it by now.
yeah. Not once did I, and then he dies on the stand.
He's been
Was this-
poisoned.
Senior Technical Advisor for UAP Issues, And finally, retired Navy Commander
Dude,
Dave-
George Knapp, I feel terrible for that guy.
Yeah, Knapp is always wearing shit that doesn't fit.
That, and he's just like the most uncomfortable I've ever seen anyone, dude. And look how many open seats are next to Jeremy Corbell, dude. You know what I mean? They can't scoot over a little bit.
Right. Well, that invisible aliens are sitting there.
Oh.
That was a bad bit.
Commander David Fravor,
Play the video.
squadron leader who worked as a naval aviator for 18 years. Mr. Fravor has his own
Fravor's my
UAP
homie, dude.
experience known as the TikTok event.
He looks more
I look
legit.
forward to
The other two guys, they look like normal people.
Dude, Fravor's just like,
Listen, man, I'm here for a good time. I'm just like, I saw an alien for sure, but I don't really believe in this stuff, you know?
hearing from all three of you today. Pursuant to Committee Rule 9G, the witnesses will please stand and raise their right hands.
okay, we don't need to see this
Give us
fucking
the,
under
the
oath
record
shit.
appreciate statements, minutes, and the minutes will expire.
Okay, here we go.
I'll
Thank you.
First witness testimony.
Chairman Grothman, Ranking Member Garcia, distinguished members of the House Oversight Subcommittee on National Security, Representatives Burchett and Luna.
Why do you have to
My name is
name
Ryan
everybody?
Fobbs Graves, and I'm
I know.
a former F-18 pilot with a decade of service in the U.S. Navy,
Right.
including 2 deployments in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Inherent Resolve.
Thank him.
Thank him, dude.
Yeah.
That's a. I never heard of those two operations until this hearing. So, you know what I'm
never
saying?
heard of Operation Iraqi Freedom. Hilarious.
But
Do you like your freedom? Can I ask you a question? Do you like your freedom?
I love it, dude.
Thank him.
Thank.
Thank him, dog.
There's some people that shouldn't be free, though. You know,
Who? Aliens?
no, like Jared Fogle. That guy's
He's a real
he's a
sicko.
real sick guy, dude.
I have experienced advanced UAP firsthand, and I'm here to voice the concerns of more than 30 commercial aircrew and military veterans who have confided their similar encounters with me. Today, I would like to highlight 3 critical issues that demand our action. As we convene here,
They are
UAP are in our
water,
airspace.
bee, dune, hair. They are beans, cheese, beans.
Why?
They are grossly underreported. These sightings are not rare or isolated, they are routine. Military aircrew and commercial pilots, trained observers whose lives depend on accurate identification, are frequently witnessing these phenomena.
I like how he looks around every so often. You see that?
Yeah, he wants to see if he's like delivering it well, or maybe he's like pausing to make sure he's he's like, is this being taken in well? That's the same thing, but yeah,
Yeah, you said the same thing twice, but that's fine. You
Twice.
said it twice. I said it twice too. So, what's it called? He reads the statement and then he goes like this. I feel like nothing's really processing. It's just him being like taking classes before. It's like every often you want to look at the people, like good. He's busy over there in Iraqi freedom and fucking stuff like that. He's not learning public speaking.
So yeah, so far to me, it just seems like a thing where it's like they don't, for whatever reason, they don't have a way of reporting when they see something that they don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And that does seem like a security risk. I don't know why the Army is messing up or whatever, the
Yeah.
Navy. They should just report it.
Yeah.
This guy's like, it's
Stigma-
not, it's common. We see it all the
Attached
time.
to UAP is real and powerful
It's
and
routine.
challenges national security. It silences commercial pilots who fear professional repercussions, discourages witnesses.
Repercussions.
It is only compounded by
Reaper
recent government
is coming.
claims questioning the credibility of eyewitness
Repercussions.
testimony. Parts of our government are aware of more about UAP than they let on, but excessive classification practices keep crucial information hidden. Since 2021, all UAP videos are classified as secret or above. This level of secrecy not only impedes our understanding, but fuels speculation and mistrust. In 2014, I was an F-18 Foxtrot pilot in the Navy Fighter Attack Squadron 11, the Red Rippers.
I wish he would have said Geronimo, dude.
Yeah. I was a Gerardo pilot.
Geronimo, bro.
And I was Maverick in Top Gun. I was also Maverick in Top Gun 5. This guy's like, okay, he's crazy. Don't believe what he's saying.
Don't believe everything he's saying is incorrect.
I lost Goose. That was the only other pilot I lost my whole time as a Navy pilot. Goose.
I love you, Goose.
Fuck.
And I was stationed at NAS Oceana in Virginia Beach. After upgrades were made to our jet's radar systems, we began detecting unknown objects operating in our airspace.
Tell him.
At first, we assumed they were radar errors, but soon we began to correlate the radar tracks with multiple onboard sensors, including infrared systems, eventually through visual ID. During a training mission in Warning Area Whiskey 72, 10 miles off the coast of Virginia Beach,
Take
2
a thick.
F-18 Super Hornets were split by a UAP. The object, described as a dark gray or a black cube inside of a clear sphere, came within 50 feet of the lead aircraft and was estimated to be 5 to 15 feet in diameter. The mission commander terminated the flight immediately and returned to base. Our squadron submitted a safety report, but there was no official acknowledgement of the incident and no further mechanism to report the sightings.
So there's aliens. Why aren't the aliens doing anything?
Yeah.
Why aren't they saying they want to be secret?
I don't know. I doubt that, dude.
Because the aliens, they don't want us to know, yet they constantly get caught.
Yeah, I don't know.
All the time. The aliens, top secret, but they're just like, oops, damn. We let them see us again.
All right,
That's
let's
my
see.
question.
Look at, so this black cube in a clear
This
sphere.
one is so funny.
Which one? This
Prompt hunt. You see that and you're like, what the? That looks like a paperweight.
That's not a clear sphere, bro.
Oh man, the aliens fly around in paperweights. Giant paperweights.
This right here, dude. That's a flying saucer. So honestly, is it a turnoff that it's not a flying saucer? It's like, I wish you, instead of saying black cubes and clear spheres, I wish you went, yeah, we saw a couple saucers.
I saw it. This is so funny that if there was a live watching of this with Shab, you'd tune in to watch it and they'd be talking about BJ's Pizza. They'd be like, and we found proof that there are aliens among us. He's like, you ever had a Pizookie?
You ever had a chocolate brownie Pizookie? It's bomb, dude.
You know what's fun? We talked about BJ's once. We were walking around in you remember your apartment? We were talking about the Pizookie.
Yeah.
I've never had it.
Really?
More interested in the Pizookie, honestly, than I am the aliens. But I'm going to control myself. I need to eat healthier.
Well, it's like ice cream with salsa on it, dude. It's just different.
It's a pizza. It's basically pizza with salsa on it.
Well, you know, do you even know what a Pizookie, describe to me what a Pizookie is.
Isn't it a cookie pizza?
It's a cookie with ice cream on it.
Oh, it has ice cream too?
Yeah. Dude, it's ridiculous, bro.
Well, maybe once I get healthier, I'll eat that.
Yeah, there should be a congressional hearing about how we're not giving so much praise to BJ's for making the Pizookie. You know? We should be.
Soon, these encounters became so frequent that
He's talking about Operation Iraqi Freedom. Should be talking about Operation Pizookie at BJ's.
That Jared's real sicko.
Fuck.
aircrew would discuss the risk of UAP as part of their regular pre-flight briefs. Recognizing the need for action.
Now, you see what I'm saying? He's like, he took 3 classes at least in public speaking before this, but never had any experience other than that.
I guess it makes sense. You read off a statement and then you put it down. This is fine.
Okay. But you'll see, in contrast to David Grush, a fucking PSYOP agent from the Defense Department.
Sure.
He's professional. Like, that guy was born public speaking, dude.
Yeah.
And answers, I founded Americans for Safe Aerospace. The organization has since become a haven for UAP witnesses who were previously unspoken due to the absence of a safe intake process. More than 30 witnesses have come forward and almost 5,000 Americans have joined us in the fight for transparency at safeaerospace.org. The majority of witnesses are commercial pilots at major airlines.
So, what do you think they're trying to cover up, dude? With all this UAP talk, are they trying to cover up Sound of Freedom and the box office numbers, or Hunter Biden and his laptop?
I think the government probably just doesn't want to release anything ever. Like when it comes to military stuff, there's all these kind of classifications and secret shit, and they probably are like, well, we can't say that because then it's like the Russians or like whatever, and they just don't want to talk about it, and that's probably why. They don't want to share shit with people that look like David Grush.
Yeah.
They're worried that they're going to, but that's also a problem, and this is my guess, with bureaucracy in general. They're hiding things that don't need to be hidden, and they're too busy to fix it or whatever. So,
well, Papa Fravor has something to say about that later in this. He says there's an overconfidential, whatever that word is. There's
overclassification of things.
There we go.
Okay, wow, I predicted that. Look at me.
And you said I know about the news, dude.
Wah wee wah.
King of the castle.
King of the castle.
Often, they are veterans with decades of flying
Boner
experience.
alert.
Pilots are reporting UAP at altitudes that appear above them at 40,000 feet,
imagine?
potentially in low Earth.
We're at this. They're like, all right, that's it. They gotta go because that's the 6th time.
That's the 6th boner. Why did you say 6th? Why couldn't you say 5th?
Because I wanted to. No, I just didn't think about it. But it's like that's the 5th time that they have said boner alert while one of us is talking. This is inappropriate.
They wouldn't say boner though.
Unbeknownst to me, sir.
That's the 5th time they have prompted us to know of an alert that has to do with their genitals.
There's alien. Yeah, their genital alerts are enough. oh, there's aliens.
Genital
I beg to
or-
differ.
Yeah.
I beg the differ. Prove it. Show me freaking. You should have an alien in a box next to him. Like, guys, not only do aliens exist, this is a Margwan.
What if that's what's on Hunter Biden's laptop? It's just a bunch of real pictures of
Him
aliens.
smoking crack with aliens, banging a prostitute alien. Yeah,
I
Hunter
told you-
Biden's out of control.
Yeah.
He's another kid.
Kid.
Yeah, he has some kid in like Arkansas or something.
Like his own kid?
Yeah, some lady did a paternity thing with him, and then he has I think he had a kid with his new wife too. He has like 6 or 7. There's gonna be a lot of little Bidens running around.
I was telling my mom about our podcast because she only watches Isimo. She doesn't watch this one. And I was like, yeah, Mom, we did 2 episodes on Hunter Biden. The first one was called Hunter Biden is Always Naked.
Uh-huh.
And then she was like, I'm listening. You know?
Did you tell her it got gadooshed?
The second one got gadooshed.
Oh,
Hunter Biden's laptop got gadooshed.
oh, I didn't even remember we did too.
Yeah, remember one of the classics of Raccoon Tweeties. Go ahead and do yourself a favor, check it out. Is Hunter Biden's Always Naked?
So yeah, definitely check it out. Here's the thing, if you watch it, and watch the show, me. I don't really believe anything. The official narrative is generally what I believe because I'm a donk. But it was weird that the only episode we've ever, well, that's not true. There's been 2 episodes that we got.
Well,
taken
the
out.
other one is a
That
copyright.
was clear.
Yeah.
We apologize. We made a mistake. But that, obviously that should be taken down. But the only one that got taken down that we don't really know why happened to be about Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
So we're not big enough to be shadow banned. I don't even know if that's a real thing that exists. But that was weird.
Yeah.
If you're talking conspiracy,
And
it's
there's-
why did you take that one down?
There was nothing crazy that we said. We were just talking about it, dude.
I don't know. Yeah, nothing crazy that we said, but I definitely watched Hunter Biden hold a gun into the camera. That's pretty crazy. I watched him smoke crack.
That's the
This is
one that
gonna
he's
get
always
gadooshed, too.
naked.
Oh, well, which one is why did the laptop? I don't remember.
We just
dude.
talked about it. It was like,
I don't remember, dude.
but he is always naked. So
I just think it's weird that they could douche that one. If it's because of if there is guns and crack in it, then that makes sense, I guess.
And another little update on my mom. I told you this already, but she told me that Joe Biden's getting impeached on Monday. And I was like, Mom, stop watching Fox News. And her response was like, yeah, it was on Fox News. Like, I don't think she heard me say stop watching Fox. I think she said,
Right.
like, was it on Fox? Like, I was interested,
Yeah, yeah.
And then she said, I was like, Mom, I don't watch that stuff, whatever. And to that, she said, well, tune in Monday and find out Tuesday.
Which sounds like a Sean Hannity catchphrase. Yeah. She's balls deep in Fox News.
And if she's watching this, I love you, Mom. I'm sorry.
Enjoy Jesse Waters. Yeah. Listen, you do you. Don't let Gerardo stop you from doing you.
Yeah, Tucker's on Fox News, right?
Not anymore. He got gadooshed.
Oh, he got gadoosh?
Yeah, he got fired by Fox.
For what? For speaking truth.
Yeah, speaking truth to power. And I think he got fired because they were just fed up. He kept getting in trouble, and they were like, this is just not worth it.
Wow, Megyn Kelly all over again, dude.
Yeah, she got gadooshed too.
Yeah.
She was like, Santa Claus should be black, and they were like, that's just, or not black. I mean, Santa Claus. She said Santa Claus should not be black, and they were like, all right, that's enough. We've had it. That's it, Megan.
Santa Claus isn't real, Megyn.
She's bleeding out of her everywhere, Remember when Trump said that to her? She had blood coming out of her eyes. Wild.
And then I asked her, I was like, well, did you hear about the Trump thing? The indictments with Trump? And she said, they should both go to jail. So my mom just wants to see the world burn. She's not even hardcore. She hates Trump. But she's like Republican. You know what I mean?
She's ready for the reign of Alarcon.
Yeah, she told me that she's voting for Vasily Sakharovich.
Oh, Vivek?
Something like that,
whatever. Yeah. I know very little about him. I think he's like a businessman or something. Or
Yeah, I followed
a
him on
writer.
Twitter, and after I followed him, I was like, wait a minute. What if somebody sees my following list and sees this obvious commie, dude? I'm just kidding. All right, here we go.
Mr. Grush?
So this is Mr. Grush. This is what you've been waiting for.
Here we go.
Mr. Chairman, ranking members and congressmen.
Already,
thank you.
dude.
I'm happy to be here.
A lot more different public speaking ways. He tell me he hasn't learned his whole life how to speak publicly, dude.
Mr. Congressman, yeah, I got to tell you something. And I got to tell all the people here something. If you thought there weren't aliens, dude, strap the fuck in.
I thought you were gonna say, I got to tell you guys something. Boner alert.
Boner alert. All right. Real quick. How many aliens you seen? Because I've seen a lot.
And it don't make sense.
It's an important issue, and I'm grateful for your time.
Thanks.
My name is David Charles Grush. I was an intelligence
Now, you
officer
see,
for 14 years.
maybe nobody else is on board with me here, but look how uncomfortable George Knapp has gotten. Do you see that?
I mean, why?
Elbows on the belly. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
squished in. He has nowhere to put his belly.
And after all the years of ufology that he's done, he can't fucking get a throne, dude, in the UFO hearing.
He should just switch because like all three of them were sitting there, right? Because it's reserved for the witness, and that's why there's 3 empty seats. They should be like, Bob, look, I know you're a little bit bigger. You're an old man. I'm not commenting on what you look like.
Yeah.
But, go ahead and get some more space there while they're up there. You sit there.
Yeah, take a nappy poo, dude. Oh.
Years both in the U.S. Air Force,
Look at
both
how
active
uncomfortable he
duty
is.
Air National Guard and Reserve at the rank of major, and most recently from 2021
This guy looks like he has like
to
frat brothers
2025,
that
or
are
excuse
like,
me, 2020.
they're watching this going, Grush, dude, Grush is freaking nuts, man. I love that guy, dude.
Yeah.
Every time he says aliens, they're like, Grush, dude, Grush is killing it, dude.
Grush, also known for having the most shotgun beers at Florida State.
Dude, I won that. We got so freaking messed up, dude. I saw some aliens, you know what I mean? Some bitches.
Got some top from the aliens, bruh.
Dude, if I saw an alien, dude, I would be like, what's up, baby? What you doing?
The alien said, let's fuck. I said, bet.
Man.
At the National Geospatial Intelligence Agency, NGA, at the GS-15 civilian level, which is the military equivalent of a full bird colonel.
Wow.
I'll keep you
I was
busy.
my agency's
Full
co-lead
bird.
in unidentified anomalous phenomena and transmedium object analysis.
Transmedium object analysis, dude.
Dude, I don't know what that is.
I mean, I was like so close to Timos. It's not even funny, dude. Just the S
That's
at the
funny.
end.
Yeah, that's funny.
As well as reporting to the UAP task force, UAPTF, and eventually, once it was
abbreviations.
established,
Yeah, dude, get to the
All
fucking
Domain
aliens,
Anomaly
dude.
Resolution Office.
This is what's wrong with government. They don't want to say it, dude. Why do we got to do all this 30 minutes of no aliens are real things? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to hear this guy's claims. Daddy.
I became a whistleblower through a
Also, whistleblower, dude. Whistleblowers are like they're in underground fucking rap, battles, dude. And they're being like, "Hey, did you hear about the aliens? Here's some pictures." You know.
I became Mr. Whole Foods, destroyer of nacho cheese. That makes no sense, but we just
That
feel
was
like saying
hilarious,
it.
yeah.
Just keep busy.
But the other thing too is the number one thing, and it's later in this. I don't know if we'll make it in the time that we're going to spend on this.
Right.
But he got permission from the Department of Defense to say some things publicly. So that's
Okay.
why he's here.
Oh, so they were like, "Hey, go off.
So
Just
what,
go, B."
What
They let
about
him
that
do
as
it.
whistleblowing? He went to the government and was like, "Is it cool if I say this, this, and that?" And they're like, "Well, don't say that, but say this and this." And then he's like, "Got it, fam," and he went.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe he did whistleblowing before, or maybe just bringing it up at all. I mean, all these guys are kind of like, in a sense, whistleblowers, right? Because the policy is to not talk about this stuff, but they're like, we need a policy where we talk about this stuff. So maybe you're right. Yeah, it's not like whistleblowing in the traditional sense, but they're going against government policy by, making these suggestions that obviously government doesn't want to do.
So he's going against government policy
Right?
to say that government policy is wrong,
Right.
and but he's still playing within the lines. That's not
guess-
cool, B.
I don't know. Is he playing? So the Department of Defense said he could say this?
Yeah,
Well, maybe there's a shadow government, the deep state.
the Illuminati.
That's like, the Illuminati doesn't want him to do this, and the department. That's like the argument that I think you'd make. Maybe the Department of Defense is like, which I don't know. The guy, the guy who's the head of the Department of Defense now, Lloyd Austin. I don't know. Alston. Ever heard of it? I think he used to be on the board or some high up position at Raytheon.
What's Raytheon?
Raytheon
Is that like Devil Rays with sauce on them?
Raytheon is like I think it's like the same thing as Lockheed Martin. It's one of these big arms. One of the many things that they do is like either make or sell arms for
Oh, okay, got it.
America. I've driven by it a bunch of times while I'm out in Playa,
Okay.
and it looks like it looks like just like a fun place. Like it doesn't look like, oh, they make weapons here. They got like a big red thing that says Raytheon. Oh, hey, come on in.
They got a cow out front being like, we got weapons. You know?
That would be funny. They have Chick-fil-A cows up front.
PPD 19 urgent concern filing in May 2022.
H1N1
with the
flu
intelligence
virus,
community.
alien BPCs, CPU, neural
Zika
net
virus?
processor.
That's a Norm bit.
What?
The Zika virus.
The Zika virus? What do you
Yeah.
say about that?
He just kept bringing it up like randomly.
Zika virus, real sicko.
Inspector General. Following concerning reports from multiple esteemed and credentialed current and former military and intelligence community individuals that the U.S. government is operating with secrecy.
If he wasn't in a suit in front of Congress, a homeless person could sound like this.
Yeah.
Right? Or I saw like Ben Avery reposted some clip of this like lady just going on a rant in a
Shooting people.
No. It was in a computer store and she was like she just said a bunch of crazy stuff. Like she was like, talk about Russia, I'm on that, baby. I'm like just saying all this crazy shit. And then at the end of it, she was like, who's gonna sell me my new phone? And she was holding a phone. But the whole thing was random. She said some racist things in there and it was wild. But that's like, it sounds kind of like what he's saying because we don't know, right? It sounds like almost gibberish to me. I don't know what any of these abbreviations for things actually are.
Yeah, this is borderline manic episode energy, dude.
Yeah.
Of congressional oversight with regards to UAPs. My testimony is based on information I've been given by individuals with a
He's also nervous,
long-standing track record of
He's
legitimacy.
nervous. I would be too, but he's very like he's nervous to do this, I think. And and he stops and he's like, it's so funny to me. This is like how I give presentations at work.
In service to this country. Many of whom also have shared compelling evidence in the form of photography, official documentation, and classified oral testimony to myself and my various colleagues.
We also have some anniversaries this month. It's David's birthday, and Steven has been with us for 3 years, so he's going to get a portrait up in the wall. Isn't everybody happy about that? That's me.
Every step I can to corroborate this evidence over a period of 4 years while I was with the UAP task force and do my due diligence on the individual sharing it.
Should we fast forward and we actually talk about aliens?
Well, this is what everyone's been watching. This part.
This
right
part?
here.
Okay,
Yeah.
my bad.
I believe strongly in the importance of bringing this information before you.
Okay.
I am driven by a commitment of both to truth and transparency,
Okay.
rooted in our inherent duty to uphold the United States Constitution
Hoorah.
and protect
Thank
the
you.
American people. I'm asking Congress to hold our government to this standard and thoroughly investigate these
All right,
claims.
you're gay, dude. Let's go.
But as I stand here under oath now, I am speaking to the facts as I've been told them.
All right, let's go to this part.
In the U.S. Air Force, in my
These off of our East Coast.
I have.
I don't believe that you're real. Prove that you're real. That'd be funny if you said that. Are you a clone? If you are not a clone, blink your eyes 5 times and dance like a chicken. Mr. Burchett.
the Mr. Burchett, he takes a lot of the heavy lifting. He has a lot of questions, but he's like the guy that set this whole thing up. He was like, "Yeah, we got to find out about these aliens."
Do you know if the aliens were involved with helping Barack Obama kill his personal chef?
Did he do that? Oh no,
No, but his personal chef
died.
drowned. R.I.P. It's very sad.
Yeah.
But that's conservatives are like saying that Obama killed his chef.
Well, of course
he
they
messed up like a appetizer or something.
That's not real. That's not real. No.
don't know.
All right, let's see. Also, too, this guy shouts out his wife in the middle of a hearing about UFOs.
My wife is a big believer in this stuff. She won't stop talking about it.
Let's see.
Mr. Favor,
Like-
I noticed that in the Tic Tac video,
Tic Tac.
it's Tic Tac like the candy, not TikTok like the Chinese Communist app.
That's correct.
Yes, dude. Yes. Mr. Burcho will light you up, B. I love it, dude. I love this guy. Keep it going.
Correct.
Yes, sir. I just want to
What
make
a
that
hilarious. He thought that was such a funny punchline.
Yeah.
He's like, I get to say what I think about TikTok and Chinese people because it sounds like Tic Tac.
Those goddamn commies making apps.
He's like, now a lot of people watch these videos on laptops, like regular, not like not like the laptop found with Hunter Biden's pornography on it. He gives somebody a high. He goes back to his office and he's like high fiving interns and stuff. You see what I did there with the TikTok, man? That was a great job, Steven. You're a great speech writer.
I'm not gonna lie, Steven. It was a little bit of a stretch, but I think you made it.
He's like Josh Terry, but in Congress.
Yeah,
that was like his plug. Now you got to go see Jeannie Jones over at Mutual Insurance there. All right. This guy's so nervous, dude. He's like, my boss is out of control. He just said that TikTok is a Chinese communist app.
Like the Chinese communist app.
That's correct.
Yes, sir. I just want to make that because my daughter corrected me on that and called me a boomer and said, hey, boomer. And I said, no, baby, it's TikTok like the candy. You're going to have to just look it up.
My daughter said, she said,
but now I would also like to say,
she said, why don't you stop being racist, Daddy? And I laughed.
I said, bitch, as long as you live under my household, I'll be racist all I want, baby.
I don't know if this guy's racist, but it definitely is fun to call him that.
I want to see him talk about his wife.
The cover-up goes a lot deeper than that. I also want to thank my colleagues, Representative Anna Paulina Luna, sitting beside me here, Jared Moskowitz, my friend across the aisle.
Thank you,
Jared.
Jared.
Newest suit I've ever seen.
I'm anxious to hear his questions. My buddy Eric Burleson. And it's not in my notes here, but Matt Gates. If it hadn't been for Matt Gates, myself, him, and Luna would still be down at Eglin Air Force Base trying to get some answers.
Thank you.
He's got an incredible legal mind. Also, I know I saw it in the crowd there, George Knapp.
That's a Russell Crowe movie I want to see, dude.
What?
An incredibly legal mind.
An incredibly legal man.
Instead of a beautiful.
It's Matt Gates. It's not the scientist guy.
My buddy Jeremy Corbell. They're not witnesses, but they've provided some statements on this subject, and I seek unanimous consent to enter those statements into the record, Mr. Chairman.
There's something funny about this guy, though. Every time he speaks, or at least one time where he spoke, he just got up and went to the restroom or something afterwards.
I think we probably would not agree on many political things, but I bet we would get along. He'd be my buddy to the left of the aisle, Brendan Cooney from Timos. Yeah. We all like when he makes fun of Brendan Schaub, do we not?
He goes, boner alert.
Boner alert. My constituents, if you could please like and subscribe, maybe write an Apple review. Okay? But not on Chinese TikTok. I told him to get off that. I will not get off TikTok, Mr. Burchett. Hopefully that won't end our friendship.
Well, I still love you, man.
Without objection.
Also, would like to enter in. I understand now that this is unclassified and it's public record, but as we all know, that's sometimes difficult for the public to get a hold of. A report, Defense Intelligence reference documents, advanced space propulsion based on vacuum, space-time metric engineering, some light reading for some of our members.
Without objection.
Thank you. Mr. Knapp wrote, since 1969, the position of our military has been that UFOs pose no threat to national security and are not worthy of further study. I'd say that's the biggest understatement of the decade. He also goes on to talk about the dismissive attitude.
Other than about Jared Fogle being a sicko, that's an understatement.
Wouldn't that not be the opposite? Maybe I'm misunderstanding.
I think he's saying the stance of the government is that UFOs don't pose a threat.
And but he's saying they do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you want to see it again? Let's see.
I mean, I don't need to know. I just think he misspoke there. I think he means the opposite.
Worthy of further study. I'd say that's the biggest understatement of the
69,
the position our military.
Wait, pause for a second. He's saying they say it's not worthy of study, and then he just goes, it's the biggest understatement.
Yeah.
So he's making it sound like it's really not worth. Like they shouldn't have this hearing, but obviously he wants the hearing.
Yeah. Let's see.
So he messed up.
Thank you. Mr. Knapp wrote, since 1969, the position of our military has been that UFOs pose no threat to national security and are not worthy of further study. I'd say that's the biggest understatement of the decade.
Yeah.
It's almost, but maybe I don't know. Whatever.
It's a flub.
Yeah.
Decade. He also goes on to talk about the dismissive attitude. It's at odds with what was revealed in documents, reports, and internal memos.
You know what? He means it like they're saying, the government is saying that it's like the not important at all, and Bob Knapp is saying that the government said that, and so he's saying that Bob Knapp's is being his is an understatement because the government cares so little about this. That's what he means. I think.
Mr. Cabral says, as he writes these words, the UFO is emerging as a major topic of global importance. I can state that as a fact. Out there, I met a fellow who came in here all the way from Denmark to be here for this
shout
meeting.
out.
So this
Danish.
is huge. This is worldwide. I think we suspect what's going on, but I'd also like to thank the members of Congress who have supported our efforts to make this hearing happen. Some have even confided to me that they've had UFO sightings of their own. Those members, of course, some of them wish to remain anonymous, and I'll keep it that way. But also, finally, I'd like to thank these three brave witnesses here. They took an oath. They took an oath to uphold the Constitution of the United States, and dadgummit, they're doing it. And we owe them a debt of gratitude.
Dadgummit. Clap it up. They found the aliens. They're not here. They have zero proof, but they're real.
They want to uphold the Constitution, and backgammon, they're doing it.
Backgammon, listen. Look, all right. It's very clear now that there are aliens, even though we have shown no proof whatsoever at all. No one has any proof at all, but we believe all three of these guys.
Right after you say that, you clap.
Y'all quit clapping. You're cutting in on my time.
He's a funny guy.
Tag.
These folks, they've got nothing to gain from this, and I think you're going to find out that they've endured quite a few slings and arrows. We need to remember them in our prayers and their families, and I'm thankful to them for their honest testimonies. They have done interviews and appeared in documentaries like Accidental Truth to get their stories out there, and now they are all here to testify under oath for Congress.
Nothing to gain.
It's
Everything
been
to
so
lose.
difficult to get here today. I've said, in the Baptist church, we'd say that the devil's in our way. And the devil has been in our way through this thing. We've run into roadblocks from members, from the intelligence community, the Pentagon. I proposed legislation to go in the FAA reauthorization that just said if an airline pilot has a sighting, that when he makes that report to the FAA, that it would come to Congress. But I was told that the intelligence community did not like that, and the amendment was not even heard in committee. I think it's time for this country to take back our country. We need to tell the folks at the Pentagon they work for us. Dadgummit, we don't work for them.
There we go.
And that's exactly the point. This is an issue of government transparency. We can't trust a government that does not trust its people. We're not bringing little green men or flying saucers into the hearing.
Oh, what?
Sorry to disappoint about half y'all.
Come on, man.
We're just going to get to the facts. We're going to uncover the cover-up, and I hope this is just the beginning of many more hearings and more people coming forward about this.
It'd be funny if somebody in the audience was like, fuck!
And I yield back the remainder of my time. I think
Mr. Grish.
To Representative Luna, Mr. Chairman, or is that?
So wait,
Yeah, we'll call Ms. Luna for her.
where does he shout his wife out, dude?
The circumstances surrounding UAPs has captivated the attention of the American people for decades.
Yeah, no shit.
Answered. I know there'll be a lot of questions from other committee members, so I yield back.
Thank you. We'll go to Mr. Burchett himself.
Mr. Burchett,
Thank you,
dude.
Mr. Chairman.
Man of the hour.
Mr. Garcia, I would like to have you on my legislation to do just that on the reporting.
Right. I mean,
we'll get together.
did
on
Grush
that.
say
Maybe
that there
my
were aliens?
Co-sponsor on that. That'd be really cool.
No, but
Thank
there's
you.
parts of it where they ask, like, have you seen somebody get murdered? And then he's like, I can't say anything about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Grush says that?
Yeah.
So he cannot say whether someone was murdered or not by an alien?
Yeah.
Or like they murdered aliens?
No, so people holding back information, being murdered.
Oh, like the government killed somebody for but also they knew too much about aliens.
But that's
like
one,
in the X-Files.
Yeah, well, that's one part, and then another part is, have you seen aliens act hostile to humans? And he's like, I can't say anything about that.
Can't comment on that. He's like, how realistic is episode 57 of the X-Files where Mulder does blah blah blah?
Thank you for those great questions. Mr. Graves, again, I'd like to know, how do you know that these were not our aircraft?
Some of the behaviors that we saw in a working area, we would see these objects being at 0.0 Mach, that's zero airspeed, over certain pieces of the ground. So what that means, just like a river, if you throw a bobber in, it's going to float downstream. These objects were staying completely stationary in Category 4 hurricane winds. These same objects would then accelerate to supersonic speeds, 1.1, 1.2 Mach, and they would do so in very erratic and quick behaviors that I don't have an explanation for.
Maybe it's the Chinese
Have you spoken to
communist
commercial and military pilots that have seen these off of our East Coast?
I have.
Okay.
Mr. Graves, do you have an iPhone?
Mr.
Do
Favor,
you have an application called
I noticed
Snapchat?
that in the Tic Tac video,
Oh, okay, yeah, we saw this part.
What is the Tic Tac video?
Tic Tac, very brief, and that has those capabilities.
The
No, I
Tic
think
Tac
it's
video,
far
you never seen
beyond
it? It's kind of
actually our
whack,
material science
honestly.
that we
I don't
currently
want to watch
possess.
it. I'm just, if you know what it is.
Experience or the data that you've been privy to, is there any indication that these UAPs could be essentially collecting reconnaissance information? Mr. Graves?
Yes.
Mr. Grush?
Fair assessment, yeah.
Mr.
That's
Fravor?
Very possible.
Again, in the national security vein, is it possible that these UAPs would be probing our capabilities? Yes or no, Mr. Graves?
Yes.
Probing
Grush,
our
yes.
anuses.
Fravor?
Definitely.
Is it possible that these UAPs are testing for vulnerabilities in our current systems?
Yes.
Yes.
Is it possible that these UAPs may be shadow banning
thi-
Brendan Schaub? Yes.
Yes.
Very possible.
Now, when it comes to
Likely.
UAPs, do you think they are Netflix or Blockbuster?
Netflix.
Both.
Both.
Bill,
I've heard it
based-
both ways, though.
I heard it both ways.
Based off of your experience and the information that you've been privy to, that these UAPs
If I said I was
provide
an oil man, you would agree, would you not?
Yes.
an existential threat to the national security of the United States? Mr. Graves?
Potentially.
Yes, sir, potentially.
Same answer, potentially.
Yeah, I'd say
Fravor?
definitely, potentially.
Mr. Graves and
Definitely,
Fravor,
potentially.
in the event that your encounters had become hostile,
There you
would
go.
would you have had the capability to defend yourself, your crew, your aircraft?
Absolutely not.
No, I would have blown the aliens.
Is based off of the information that you've been privy to, is there any indication that these UAPs are interested in our nuclear technology and capabilities?
Yes.
Why is that?
By external observation, sure, that could be a fair assessment, yeah.
Yes.
Is there any indication that the Department of Energy is involved in UAP data collection and housing?
I don't have an answer.
I can't confirm or deny that in a public setting.
And could you do it in a secure setting?
Yes.
Mr. Fravor?
No, I don't know.
I'm just
Mr.
here,
Chairman,
I'm just here for the pizza, honestly.
Where is the
think I'm the
pizza?
last
That's my
member
question. I've eaten in 24 hours.
to go, but there clearly is a threat to the national security of the United States
damn
of
it.
America. As members of Congress, we have a responsibility to maintain oversight and be
Well,
aware of these
Let's go
activities.
back to
Died
bird chat,
this,
dude.
in your opinion, in the past?
Defies our typical muscle memory here in Congress. Thank you, Mr. Birchall. I'll yield back to you.
There we go.
Thank you, Mr. Gates. Along those lines, Title 10,
Bird
you
shit.
may not know this or not, but Title 10 and Title 50 authorization, they seem to say they're inefficient. So who gets to decide this, in your opinion, in the past?
It's a group of career senior executive officials,
Okay, are they government officials?
both
Or-
in and out,
Do what?
both in and out of government, and that's about as far
I
as I
got
can
you.
go there.
All
Yeah.
right, well, that leads to my next question.
Is it
Which
a man
private-
who smokes a cigarette in a dark corner?
Corporations are directly involved in this program. How much taxpayer money has been invested in these programs, to your knowledge? I mean, we audit the Pentagon every year, and I've been here 5 years, and they failed the dadgum thing every year.
That down
They
bang.
lose over $1 billion a year, we think, and I was told the Department of Defense maybe 60% of their assets are unaccounted for, whatever the heck that means.
Right.
In the
Money's
public
missing.
sector, you go to jail for that kind of crap. So tell me.
Yeah, I know when I'm $1 off of my DTS travel voucher, I get hammered, but it seems like it doesn't work the other
If
way.
you
right?
sell over
Yeah.
if you sell over $600 worth of stuff on eBay, now you get a call from the IRS. So please, what
talking about a bunch of
corporations?
Yeah, I don't know these specific metrics towards the end of your question. The specific corporations I did provide to the committees in specific divisions, and I spent 11 and a half hours with both Intel committees. So.
Okay, has there been an active U.S. government disinformation campaign to deny the existence of
We have the same
unidentified
back home
aerial
where I came from. A little bit of kratom goes a long way.
phenomena? And if so, why?
I can't go beyond what I've already espoused publicly about that.
Ask him about his hair. Don't do that.
What? I'm in the middle of my question. What do you mean?
Make sure you find out what we are doing here.
Okay, I've been told to ask you what that what that is and how to get it in the record.
What
What
have you stated publicly in your interviews for the congressional record?
If you reference my News Nation interview and I talk about a multi-decade, campaign to disenfranchise public interest,
Sorry, Mr.
basically.
Chairman, I've gone.
Yeah.
Thank
I
you.
apologize, Mr. Chairman. I yield back negative 21 seconds.
Unnecessary to yield back negative time. Let's be honest, right?
Right. I wonder, I mean, really, they're just saying that, again, there are these aircrafts that we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They've seen them and the government won't address them.
Yeah.
So, like, that, could be aliens, but I'm still of the mind that it's unlikely that they're aliens. And these guys are just pissed off because the government sucks, as usual.
Yep. Let me see if I can find any of the sound bites.
Okay.
And then we'll get into
David.
something about
Chicken
Scott.
and Scott.
Groosh.
Oh, Nancy Mace was there too?
Dude,
Can't discuss.
everyone's there except for Hunter Biden. You know what I mean? Let's see here.
I was going to ask you about aliens this morning, but I had sex with my fiance instead.
Oh yeah, that was after this, huh? She did that.
She loves to be in the news. Congressmen want to be in the news too much for my liking.
Let's see this.
Intelligent extraterrestrials.
Did the aliens find me hot?
Something I can't discuss in public setting.
Are there aliens that look like
Okay,
me?
I can't ask when you think this occurred. If you believe we have crashed craft, stated earlier, do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
Were they, I guess, human or non-human biologics?
Non-human, and that was the assessment of people with direct knowledge on the program I talked to that are currently still.
We have alien bodies. Show them.
So this is the thing. They never say aliens. It's non-human.
Okay.
So it could be some fungus.
Dogs.
It could just, I'm a fungi from a different planet.
Fair enough. Right.
Yeah.
Show that.
On the program.
And was this documentary evidence, this video, photos, eyewitness? Like, how would that be determined?
The specific documentation I would have to talk to you in a skiff about.
Gotcha.
He's trying to get in the room alone with her, dude.
Right. He's like, I heard you're a little freaky.
I heard you like sex in the morning or when you get back from work.
Motor alert.
Okay. So, and you may or may not be able to answer my last question, and maybe we get into a skiff at the next hearing that we have, but who...
Relax,
Yeah,
dude.
chill out.
This is a congressional
Be
hearing.
cool, Nancy.
Wow.
Be cool, Miss Mace.
in the government, either what agency, sub-agency, what contractors, who should be called into the next hearing about UAPs, either in a public setting or even in a private setting? And you probably can't name names, but what agencies or organizations, contractors, et cetera, do we need to call in to get these questions answered, whether it's about funding, what programs are happening, and what's out there?
I can give you a specific cooperative and hostile witness list of specific individuals that were in those.
And how soon can we get that list?
I'm happy to provide that to you after the hearing.
Super, thank you.
Ooh,
They're trying to get nasty today, bro.
You said real quick. Let me ask you a question.
Let's see here. Where's I don't want to see her talking the whole time, dude. It's just all her.
I think it's just because that clip is like the thing where she asked him about like, did we recover aliens?
Alien or so there has been activity by alien or non-human technology and or beings that has caused harm to humans.
I can't get into the specifics in an open environment, but at least the activity that I personally witnessed, and I have to be very careful here because they tell you never to acknowledge tradecraft, right? So what I personally witnessed myself and my wife was very disturbing.
My wife had sex with an alien. So,
well, I'm thinking he's still talking about how big his dick is, dude. That's what I'm thinking.
Beans and cheese, dude.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's basically it, dude. It's kind of boring,
Fair
honestly.
enough. I enjoyed it, but I think maybe it's time for checking in with Scott.
Checking in with Scott.
I wonder if he believes in aliens. For sure he does.
Let's see if there's an alien tweet here. Well, we got a couple that we could check in with Scott on. He's been tweeting quite a lot lately. I've noticed that.
Roll up the clean chip.
So the first one is right here. I just walked into a Jersey Mike's that smelled like the Jersey Shore.
I guess it's like oily, like cologne type smell, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah, Probably sounds like a situation, if you know what I'm saying.
Callback alert.
At this next one is, at this rate, they're going to re-sign Puig before the cutoff. LOL. It's in reference to the Dodgers. The local team here might have heard about it.
Yeah.
They signed recently Kike Hernandez, who left for like a couple of years, came back.
Oh.
They also signed Josh Kelly, I believe his name is, the pitcher.
Is Puig retired or he's still playing?
I think he's retired.
Okay, so that's the joke.
He's a wild guy, dude.
Yeah, so Puig?
Yeah, dude. He's a wild cat.
Oh, yeah?
Next to yours, I know I've tweeted this before, but walking around the streets of LA is like listening to an ASMR of the weeping and gnashing of teeth from the Bible.
Oh, really, dude? No, I have no idea about the Bible.
Yeah. Not a lot of likes on these recently. Oh, here goes Shrek Jr. slaps, by the way.
I think they went to see Shrek. We got to check that out, B.
We
don't want to read all of them, right? We'll lose. I mean, he tweets like once every 5 years.
He's been tweeting a lot. And then here goes the last one. Excited to enter my old guys rule phase.
There we go. Me too, B.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. They're going to like,
oh, yeah. Old guys rule, baby.
Old guys rule, baby.
Woo, woo,
what it do, baby?
Yeah, I'm a fun guy.
Fun guy. All right, that's it for the show.
Check us out on Patreon. We're going to do Ari Shafir's Jew this week. We already have Brian Calaman, Tears, Andrew Schultz, Infamous, and Shane Gillis live in Austin available.
Ever heard of it?
And we also do 10 minutes of hidden comments, 10 minutes of writing jokes. So have fun. I'm a fun guy. And have a rest of your days.